Now, the Democratic Alliance says that it will be appealing the judgment handed down at the High Court in Cape Town, which ruled in favour of Mayor Patricia De Lille in her application to have the DA's decision to strip her of her membership in the party and remove her as mayor set aside. Now, the court found that the DA's Federal Legal Counsel acted illegally, according to the party's own constitution, because the FLC, the legal body within the DA that terminated her membership, was improperly constituted. DA Federal Executive Deputy Chairperson Natasha Mazzoni says that they are appealing because they feel that the court misinterpreted the rules of the FLC in the party's constitution. Judge Andre le Grange today dismissed the DA's case with costs.
In the result, the following orders made. The determination by the first respondent that the applicant has ceased to be a member of the DA in terms of clause 3.5.1.2 of its federal constitution is declared to be unlawful and invalid and is reviewed and set aside with costs. Such costs shall include the cost pertaining to the applications for the interim relief in terms of Part A and the costs of the employment of two counsel.
I agree.
It's so ordered.
Well, a very victorious De Lille welcomed the judgment.
I am still prepared to subject myself to an open disciplinary hearing in front of the public and in front of the media. But this victory today also sends out a very strong message that we have rights in this country, and that we've got rights in our constitution, and that no one is above the law and no one is above the constitution of this country. And as all political parties, we must learn from this lesson to treat our members with respect. Because even up till today, I'm back in this court again tomorrow. Because I've been fighting for a fair process and a due process. That's what my fight has been all along. Tomorrow I'm back in this court because all of these allegations that they continue, these untested allegations that they continue to put up there in the public, they have refused to give us the evidence of that allegations. So tomorrow again, the court must now rule and force them to give us the evidence. What kind of justice is that?
Well, this is how the Democratic Alliance reacted to Judge Andre le Grange's ruling that was delivered a little earlier today.
The Democratic Alliance notes the judgment handed down today by the Cape High Court. We will be appealing this judgment. We don't feel that the correct interpretation of the DA Constitution or the Federal Legal Commission rules was applied. Also, we don't think that this judgment was in the best interests of the people of the city of Cape Town. The judgment went very much on the technicalities surrounding our FLC and our procedures. None of these substantive issues have been touched on. There are still many questions that need to be answered. There is an independent report that shows maladministration, gross misconduct, and in fact deception of counsel. There are questions that remain unanswered, including the SMS that was sent to Councillor Lindbergh requesting a higher score be given to Patricia De Lille's favoured candidate. There are issues that were swept under the carpet. There still remains the issue of the whistleblowers that were intimidated and publicly admonished for coming out and speaking against actions in council. Now, these are all highly problematic. The fact of the matter is Patricia De Lille will now go back and attempt to lead a caucus where only 25% of the caucus have any kind of trust in her. The fact is that the relationship between the Democratic Alliance and Patricia De Lille has broken down to such an extent that we must never forget that Patricia De Lille had as her counsel the EFF's national chairperson as her advocate. Now, that must show that Patricia De Lille has absolutely no interest in being part of the Democratic Alliance going forward.
In other news now,